just out on my dog walk, and I thought I'd do a real quick video on wild garlic, because it is wild garlic season. I've just stumbled across a little patch of it around the corner from us, so I thought I'd do a little quick video, show you what you're looking for, what not to pick that could be mistaken for wild garlic or grows alongside it, and yeah, what you're looking for when you're going to find some wild garlic, because there's lots of it about and it's delicious. So this is just a little patch near us. It's a little bit along here and a little bit along this side of the path as well. Personally wouldn't pick it from here just because it is right next to the path. There's not very much of it, but obviously probably prime dog weeing territory. So what are we looking for when we look for wild garlic? Well, first off, you'll smell it usually. Secondly, these long smooth dark green leaves. So the veins you can see run vertically up the leaf, so they don't spread outwards, and if you look at the back of the leaf, it's usually a bit duller, so it's not as shiny, and you can see those veins all running in the same direction. Now we're just starting to get some flower buds coming through, so while it's not flowering, it's the best time to pick it. It tastes a bit better when it's before it starts to flower, and then it's put all the energy into the flowers. So although this patch quite small, so again, wouldn't pick from here really. Right, now a couple of things you don't want to pick while you're picking wild garlic. So we've got little bits of wild garlic here, and in amongst it you see this shiny dark green leaf, matter on the back, but see the veins are different and it's a different shape. So this is wild lily. You don't want to pick this by mistake, it is toxic, so don't accidentally pick this. And you can see when the leaves are young, they do kind of look a little bit like the wild garlic that's right next to it. So one thing to avoid. Next to this patch is some daffodils. Should be quite easy to identify daffodils. So long thin leaves, but when they're younger, get some leaves in with them. Right, daffodils, some here. These are blind daffodils, so they've not grown big enough to flower yet. So obviously when you're picking, what you don't want to do is pick a whole bunch of leaves and pick some things in amongst it that aren't edible. Another bit's just some ivy in here, and then some primroses. If you pick primroses by mistake, I mean the leaves look very different, not going to do you any harm, not toxic. Now there are a couple of other plants that can be mistaken for wild garlic. So we've looked at wild lily. That is one of the big ones, and I'm sorry, I'm just walking along and looking at the ground because I'm just trying to see what else there is here that I can show you. So wild lily, definitely, you definitely don't want to pick that. That is definitely not going to do you any good if you eat it. So yeah, avoid that. Another thing that you quite often see alongside patches of wild garlic, because of the ancient woodland that it generally grows in, is bluebells. Now there aren't a huge amount, she says, having just spotted some. Bluebells, obviously easy to see when they're in flower, but when they're younger, quite similar in some aspects, although very much thinner leaves. However, if you're picking from a patch where there's garlic and bluebells mixed together, you want to be really careful about what you're picking. That's why it's really important to just pick your garlic leaf by leaf rather than trying to pick it in big handfuls. Nice example of a wild native lily. So again, when they're bigger like this, easy to spot. Are small and mixed in amongst the wild garlic, just need to be really careful about what you're picking. Now, another plant that I know there is some of, which is just down the way here, so we'll walk down to it, that could be much more easily mistaken for wild garlic because it is the same shape, is lily of the valley. However, it doesn't tend to grow at the same time as wild garlic, so it is just starting to come out now, but it's not usually fully open for another few weeks or so. So usually you start to see lily of the valley after wild garlic season. So I know there is a little patch along here somewhere. I just need to find it. Aha, right. And it grows very differently to wild garlic, as you will see. This is lily of the valley. It is obviously toxic, so you definitely don't want to eat it. Okay, but you can see it grows when it first emerges in a spiral. When it's bigger, its leaves are very similar to wild garlic. So this is why you've got to be really careful. But you can see it grows in a completely different way. It comes out of these stems and you get multiple leaves. Now the flowers come out at the same time. So you'll see all these little flower buds. And once these leaves have emerged, you'll see these flowers will come out on a little stem that arcs over, and they'll all be hanging down below. So very different flowers to wild garlic as well, but they are both white. Right, one more plant, guys, on the hunt list for today. Now this actually is edible. This is three-cornered leek. Okay, so you'll sometimes see it grow in similar places to wild garlic. It smells leaky, garlicky, oniony. Okay, similar flower pods when they first start to come out. Leaves are very different, so they're much longer and thinner, and they are hard to show you on the video, but they are kind of triangular. The other thing that's triangular is the flower stems. So if I can get my video to focus, you'll see those flower stems are a triangular shape. So, and you'll see they've got these bell-shaped flowers which have got little green, you can see the little green lines inside them. So that is three-cornered leek. So edible, not a toxic one. So you can eat this. It's not native to this country. It is illegal to plant this, okay? Which means it is kind of up for grabs. So, and you can eat it. Really, actually quite delicious. So yeah, sorry, bit of a rambly video, but a few things to be looking out for this time of year. A few things to be careful of when you're picking wild garlic. We harvested a load of wild garlic yesterday. We'll also say this, please make sure you forage responsibly and you have landowner's permission before you collect anything from their land. Or make sure you know a good wild public space that is growing. So we foraged a load of wild garlic yesterday. So I will do a video on what we do with it, how to process it, lots of different things you can make with wild garlic. But yeah, get out there, guys. Get out and have a little hunt for it, see if you can find it. If you don't know what you're looking for, take someone with you that does. Take some books. But just, be careful, be safe, and don't eat anything if you're not sure what it is. I've just spotted another plant that you can eat as well. So this is Jack by the Hedge, or garlic mustard. While it's like this, before it flowers, best time to pick this. And you can see these quite distinctive leaves, and it smells kind of garlicky. Grows on a long stem, so as it gets taller you'll get sort of these fronds with little white flowers on them. But there's quite a bit of it around here. Grows in little kind of clusters like this, but really good, really tasty plant. Obviously stinging nettles, also edible. So another little something you can pick and eat if you want to, and very easy to identify stinging nettles. Hopefully you should all know what they look like.